Weather alert. Weather alert. Let's go. Here we go.
Oh, KUED is going. New station found. Oh, NWR will relay this.
Elizabeth, known as Daisy, and with the nutmeg rose off the point in how I live now, where Daisy was just arriving in London from New York. I'm coming off this plane, and I'll tell you why that is later, and landing at London Airport, and I'm looking around for a middle-aged kind of woman who I've seen in pictures as my Aunt Pen. Anyway, I'm looking, and everyone's leaving, and there's no signal on my phone, and I'm thinking, oh, great. I'm going to be abandoned at the airport, so that's 2 countries they don't want me in. And then I notice everyone's gone except this kid, who comes up to me and says, you must be Daisy. And when I look relieved, he does too, and says, I'm Edmund. Hello, Edmund, I said. Nice to meet you. And I look at him hard to try to get a feel for what my new life with my cousins might be like. Now let me tell you what he looks like before I forget, because it's not exactly what you'd expect from your average 14-year-old, what with a cigarette and hair that looks like he cut it himself with a hatchet in the dead of night. But aside from that, he's exactly like some kind of mutt. You know, the ones you see in the dog shelters who are kind of hopeful and sweet, who put their nose straight to the death.
Here goes KBND. This thing sucks.
Activated for Amber Alerts when children are abducted and way. And of course, you understand it's all over and can incarnate in different parts of this video game. But there's a whole other video game, a whole different reality. So it gives higher self a lot of choices. But again, not all higher self. Broadcasters volunteer their airtime to person. I remember being a skeptical engineer. This is a test of the alert system. In the event
costs 36 cents a gallon. A postage stamp.
I can't get out of this.
Hi there.
This is a test of the Iowa Emergency Alert System. In the event of an emergency, this system would bring you important information. This concludes this test of the Iowa EAS.
One stepped in.
For a killer in Ohio. I'm Carmen Roberts, Fox News.
This has been a very tragic situation.
New Albany Police Chief Greg Jones says officers are searching for the person who shot 6 people late last night, one fatally.
We have a person of interest, and we are working to locate them and bring them into custody.
He says police recovered a gun from the scene and believe the shooter targeted employees at the KDC-1 Cosmetics warehouse 14 miles northeast of Columbus.
Stowaway from Houston, 99-97. Game winning 3-point to D'Angelo Russell at the line of 2 of 15 for the
This is a test of the Iowa Emergency Alert System. In the event of an emergency, this system would bring you important information. This concludes this test of the Iowa EAS.
No one else would. When I heard this, my BS detector of 2001 get Bradley Beal to accept.
The new FM 96.3 Waverly.
From developing a pulse oximeter that works across skin colors to detecting endometriosis with light and sound waves. Olin.edu.
Scott Tone. Anthony Scaramucci was White House spokesman for 11 days in the first Trump administration. We'll ask him about this term and the role of Elon Musk. The operating question is, are we going to allow business leaders into the White House and have it do a role like that? It sounds like there's a conflict of interest. Next time, here and now.
Yellowstone Public Radio is...
Try not to fall.
Runway 7, student competition in the Midwest. An over-the-top runway with the best artistic minds at work. And a debut from Skills Test Marshall College. Skills Test at 7. General admission, single VIP, and VIP tables available online at jessyschool.com. Don't miss Jaffa.
Why was 1500's reception so fucking awful? I've never had that issue before. Oh. That hurt. Wow. Okay. Piss off. Christ. Nope. I'll wait for 8:30. That would explain it. Their delays down 15 minutes. I'm just thinking, a little over a minute, North Dakota's going to do their test. I want to confirm if... I want to confirm something. I want to see if KUED is actually originating this month. Okay, they are. I don't even know if I'm getting them. Could be their time to do something. No wonder! I'm not getting them. I'm getting KUED freaking Corvallis. No fucking wonder. Shit. Oops.
Of the broadcast stations of your area. We're testing equipment that can quickly warn you during emergency.
K-Flyer's going.
If this had been an actual emergency, an official message would have followed the alert tone. This concludes this test of the emergency alert system.
The high is 12. Saturday, mostly cloudy and cold. Series of morning snow accumulating 1 to 3 inches, followed by afternoon flurries, the high 13.
Laugh, and they're both looking at the camera, smiling. So Sonny appears multiple times in that book because he was a very significant part of our life. He got him in 2012, and Becky passed away in 2018. And he was very compassionate.
KGWB's going. I think. I can't tell. Wait, are they going?
Kathleen, that if we're in a discussion and I raise my voice,
no.
Because he's worried that I'm yelling. So he is a very emotionally intelligent dog. I think they're cute. I think he has a gift that makes him that happy.
I don't wait for the other stations.
Most people are happy, and I think that's a great gift. It's a pretty simple life.
KFG is going off.
Of your area. We're testing equipment that can quickly warn you during emergencies. If this had been an actual emergency, an official message would have followed the alert tone. This concludes this test of the emergency alert system.
And the focus group gets a reading about what their higher self wants to tell them about crystals. But what we do is we do a different crystal every month, and I lead a meditation where we find out what that crystal does for us.
Oh shit! WDAY is going off.
Of the emergency alert system.
United States taking that position.
It's been a hot minute since I caught 970.
No consultation to regional partners, right? The suggestion that the Egyptians and the Jordanians should take the Palestinians, right? That I can almost hear
Discord or strife. He just looks up and he's just very concerned face.
Order. So what does that mean? It is a rule that the president issues that gives instructions for how the law will be enforced during his presidency, especially upon federal agencies or entities that have government funding. So that means that this is binding for states. Those schools follow it, well, schools are supposed to, but how will this be enforced? I think there are going to be a lot of people, just as we're seeing even with President Trump's executive order that he signed last week on the topic of no more cross-sex hormones or puberty blockers or surgery for minors when it comes to this transgender identity in our hospitals. Well, as of yesterday, there were only 5 hospitals that canceled appointments and have complied.
Wisconsin.
Tons of dozens of hospitals
Are y'all's gonna? Oh, there you go.
thousands of hospitals across the country. The Planned Parenthood businesses across the country who are continuing to operate. So what we need to discuss here in recognizing this is an
That's 1640, by the way.
this had been an actual emergency, you would have been given official information, news, or instructions. This test is now concluded.
Psychological engineer. Transistor minor increases suicide.
Good song, yes, but can you all start relaying now? How about now?
He was a star television journalist. And as is often the case, whenever you're interviewing a lot of VIPs, especially politicians who might have a very demanding schedule, a lot of the interviews are not going to be live. And you're going to tape an interview, and for the sake of clarity and for time, you may have...
This is a test message from the Emergency Alert System originating from the State of Wisconsin Emergency Operations Center. If this had been an actual emergency, you would have been given official information, news, or instructions. This test is now concluded.
Refer to Frank as Mr. 4-4. It's with total respect.
This is a test of the emergency alert system, originated by the Arizona Department of Public Safety. If this had been an actual emergency, important information or instructions would have followed the tones you just heard. This concludes this test.
Wait for the scroll to finish. Alright, now just switch this over to AM. To this, and then leave it there for this station right up here. What's that? Tomorrow night? South Idaho. Alright, today is Thursday, February 6th. Currently waiting for South Idaho to do the test. Got 670, I got 1310 going on there. Idaho Public Television going up there. The CSN station's going here. So should be time.
A majority, but, not anywhere close to a
ginormous majority, right? The clear majority, but not a ginormous majority. But then again, you look here in 2025, you see it at 79%. So it's not.
There it is.
This is a test.
Tents going off. That's Idaho Public Television.
For a reorganization where there hasn't been that kind of consultation with Congress. So this action seems to be...
Seems to have been rolled into the Treasury Department. The new Treasury Secretary is now in charge, and he's basically, I won't say shutting it down, but dismantling it a lot. What's wrong with that, since that was also something Trump ran on saying he was going to do?
I mean, just because he runs on it doesn't mean that he gets to do it if it's at odds with governing statutes, right? That's kind of the fundamental principle that's underlying a lot of these lawsuits is, trying to ensure that the executive branch actions go forward in accordance with governing statutes. For the CFPB, you'd want to look at the statute creating the agency and assess whether or not this was a power that Treasury had. The CFPB was initially created as an independent agency with very strong independence protections, many of which it still has in terms of, for example, having a budget that's independent and independently funded. So the question would be in all of these cases whether or not the action that the executive branch is asserting is really compatible with the governing statutes, and that's what courts are looking at.
All of this seems part of a larger dispute, one that we know the Supreme Court's going to have to resolve on whether the executive is sort of unitary and that the president can do whatever he wants with the executive branch. Explain that theory and the sense you have of the Supreme Court, which seems to be somewhat more supportive of that theory than previous courts.
Yeah, it certainly is. So the unitary executive theory emphasizes that the executive power under the Constitution is vested in a president, a single president, and emphasizes that he, under this theory, gets to exercise all of the executive power, which is then understood to mean not simply supervise the exercise of executive authority by all of the different employees and departments and agencies that Congress creates in the executive branch using Congress's own constitutional powers, but instead it seemed to me that the president sort of has the authority to make the decisions, and in particular to remove officials exercising executive power. Particularly so far, the court has emphasized that at the high level, right? So we're talking in particular, for example, the CFPB director, a principal officer in the executive branch who has a 5-year term. So this Supreme Court has taken a broad view of presidential authority and asserted this unitary executive view, particularly in the context of challenges to removal restrictions. So far, the court has not overturned a leading precedent going back to 1935 that does allow removal protections for a multi-member independent headed agency, for example, or for inferior officers who don't have significant policymaking authority.
Well, wait, get specific on that. Like, is that the National Labor Relations Board and Trump fired a Democrat on it? Is that what you're talking about?
Right. Well, so the National Labor Relations Board commissioner would be a principal officer. And the question...
Friday night. Partly sunny on Saturday and a small break from the wet weather then, and a chance of rain on Sunday. Traffic and weather together on the 8th on all news 106.9 and AM 740 KUED. This is a test of the emergency alert system. This is only a test.
$740.
This is the coordinated monthly test of the emergency alert system equipment. If this had been an actual emergency, you would have received time.
To the Dinesh D'Souza podcast on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, Rumble, or at SalemPodcastNetwork.com. Chris DeGaulle, 3 to 6 on AM 860. The Answer.
Well, it's pronounced Abdullah, and no, he's no relation to Paula Abdul.
We knew that. They sent out a thing for our interview today.
All right,
so all the speculation is what are they going to be talking about? And I guess that's a matter of what narrative people are believing. If you
Something's hot, they don't last very long, like a matter of minutes, sometimes a matter of seconds. It's a ridiculous situation. So we're going back to plastic straws. I think it's okay. And I don't think plastic straws will affect the straw.
The coordinated monthly test of the emergency alert system equipment.
So on the same day that Donald
4:30 in the morning, I'm due up.
Steel and aluminum tariff on the globe. He also has a little fun with plastic straws. They remind me when he said he wants the incandescent bulb back because he looks better under incandescent bulb lighting. John Hayward is the deputy editor of the National
Industrial painting. I work with iron workers.
Okay.
Local 209, baby.
All right. Listen, Flex, I just can't believe you actually...
Crazy, John, is that he does have some fun. He means this, but he's having some fun on the same day he does some big stuff. And he's also doing a great job.
Not only illegal to sleep on the street, but illegal to help anyone.
This is the coordinated monthly test of the emergency alert system equipment. If this had been an actual emergency, you would have received timely emergency information. This concludes this test of the emergency alert system.
I.
Comcast Business.
Imagine moving into your dream home in half the time without
So if you have cracks around your door frame, if you have...
This is the coordinated monthly test of the emergency alert system equipment. If this had been an actual emergency, you would have received timely emergency information. This concludes this test of the emergency alert system.
was part of the plan to reimagine the experience for their riders.
Well, this rest of the week's forecast is definitely going to be a change from where we have been the past few days. I really hope you enjoyed yesterday. All that sunshine paired with those 50s felt pretty nice. Today, we're already going to be seeing an increase in cloud cover.
We buy as is.
This is the coordinated monthly test of the emergency alert system equipment. If this had been an actual emergency, you would have received timely emergency information. This concludes this test of the emergency alert system.
Alright, today is Tuesday, February 11th. Currently awaiting KUED here to originate Utah's monthly test.
We've got that beautiful little bit of sugar cane.
Is it sweet?
It's sweet. It has a beautiful and the children in the
Alright, here's the time.
a little bit of sea candy. That's a good one. Would you like to taste it? I will.
Sweeter. It's completely different in yellow. Oh, that's why that's my favorite.
I can see one of my favorites over here, which is the iridescent.
Come on,
that people talk about the world over, Irish moss. And you can see
yes.
catching the...
Come on, fucking
Well, this one is for shifting a very bad cough. So, for example, every Irish grandmother has a recipe, a medicinal recipe. What happened to the blue tips? Well, they're just in the water with the sunlight. Once you harvest it, they're gone.
Like magic.
Oh, it is magic.
I said earlier, this is like nature's supermarket. It's really nature's garden. Nature's garden on a wonderful gift.
Oh, look, sea spaghetti. Sea spaghetti. This is
it's probably gonna be another minute until they originate, so give me a second. Right, excuse me, what? Why is KSL originating? Oh, what?
This is a test of the emergency alert system.
That would probably explain it. KUED aborted the fucking test. Are you fucking kidding me?
Remember, highly privileged. This is a unique representation of female power. Egypt's tomb of Amun. Next time on Nova.
Imagine Utah. If fucking imagine.
You're listening to a previously recorded broadcast of Dave.
KNRS is gone. Oh shit, that reminds me. Go back. The fuck, Utah? That would explain why.
This is a test of the emergency alert system.
Birds are beautifully set.
I think KNRS already went.
Perfectly adapted to the tremendous diversity of environments and landscapes. Birds are incredibly successful today, and I think it is a really neat fact of life that there are double the number of bird species than mammal species. And by that measure, the age of dinosaurs still continues today. Long live the dinosaurs.
Utah, Utah, Utah. Y'all's have one job. You fucks failed miserably. Unbelievable. Suck.
Test alert. Test alert.
About time you fucks wake up.
Office space. So that means we're paying for
Colorado is
75%
testing.
of empty building, empty desks, phone lines, everything else that's set up for there. Langford was interviewed by the Salem Radio Network. Also at townhall.com.
$16.90's going.
The test is now concluded.
Go. Bitch ass, I heard the fucking pre-roll.
A new baby.
Yeah. I heard the fucking pre-roll 850. Don't think you're slick. time for KOA.
Whether you're east or west of the Rockies, you're listening to Coast AM on KOA 850 AM and 94.1 FM.
You're listening to Coast AM. Hello there, Connie Willis with you. How you doing? It seems like it's been a little bit of time in between the last time we spoke. I think between the last time we spoke, had a lot of snow, and a lot of ice, and then a lot of sunshine, and then a lot of snow, and then a lot of ice, and then a lot of sunshine. And I think a lot of you guys had kind of the same, and a lot of flooding and all sorts of stuff happening out there. But I had a beautiful day today. I got my 5-mile walk in and had some fun. If you ever want to learn more about me, you can go to ConnieWillis.com and see what I do outside of Coast, which is very similar. I've been doing this kind of thing all my life. But today I got to shoot a whole bunch of new TikTok stuff. So those of you that are on TikTok, I know it's kind of a split thing. I know, I get it. Everything's a split thing nowadays. Holy cow. It's just, oh God. But if you are on TikTok, I'd love for you to come over there and follow me.
Hold on. What time was it sent?
It's really nice. It's a lot of fun.
Okay, never mind.
And I think some big historic things are happening with it.
Actually,
so,
wait a
I'm
minute.
at Connie Willis Live. So it's, when you look for Connie Willis, just make sure you add that live. Because, of course, I like to go live, right? I'm a radio personality. I like to go live. All my TV work is live, too. Love it. That's usually kind of the hardest thing to do as talent. You got to trust yourself, but it's radio that does that.
The civil authorities have issued a required monthly test for all the Colorados beginning at 11 p.m. Saturday, February 22 and ending at 12 a.m. Sunday, February 23. This is a statewide test of the Colorado Emergency Alert System. In the event of an emergency, this system would bring you important information. This statewide test is now concluded.
Except PvP.
Alert system.
Hi.
Federal agencies, they could ignore the money.
Emergency alert system.
Today, where President Trump told
The county's going.
This is the Nevada State Police with the February required monthly test of the emergency alert system. Federal, state, and local officials use EAS to keep you informed in the event of an emergency or disaster through your local radio and TV stations and cable providers. This test helps ensure that EAS participants are ready to provide information in a crisis. This concludes today's test of the emergency alert system.
Sanskrit, and also language.
This is the Nevada State Police with the February required monthly test of the emergency alert system. Federal, state, and local officials use EAS to keep you informed in the event of an emergency or disaster through your local radio and TV stations and cable providers. This test helps ensure that EAS participants are ready to provide information in a crisis. This concludes today's test of the emergency alert system.
And that's that for the month.